Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all okay. I wish we immediately get rid of the negative impact of pandemic. And for 6th International Project and Construction Management Conference, I will present you my research topic, our research topic, an investigation on benefit cost analysis of greenhouse structures in Antalya. We prepared this study together with my dear advisor, Assistant Professor Dr. Mehmet Koray Pekeriçli. Since last century, especially at last century, there is already a significant increase in world population. There are water shortage and loss of cultivable farmland. Due to these reasons, there is a much more higher demand on food production. It is estimated that by 2050, the world population will become 9.1 billion, and in order to feed the population at 2050, 70% higher amount of production is required regarding the current production. Due to these reasons, in order to meet the increasing food demand, solar greenhouses have introduced. Turkey is the 5th fruit and 4th vegetable producer in the world. In general, there are two types of greenhouse design and construction policy in Turkey: short-term usage structures and high technology involved long-term usage greenhouses. I would like to express you the characteristic of short-term usage greenhouse structures. The food produced at these greenhouses are having low food quality. Due to that reason, they are generally consumed at domestic markets. The conventional farming techniques are used, although the solar greenhouse structure has constructed at this farmland. In general, 2 crops available in a year. Due to these reasons, above mentioned reasons, it requires low initial construction cost when we compare it with high technology involved long-term usage greenhouse structures. While the short-term usage structures illustrate these characteristics, high technology involved long-term usage greenhouse structures have capability to provide high food quality. Due to this reason, these produced food can easily be consumed at international market. Computer-controlled farming techniques can be used. Due to these reasons, multiple crops available in a year. When we compare the short-term usage structures, the resource usage is much more efficient, and due to these high technology involvements, the initial construction cost of these greenhouses are significantly high than short-term usage structures. The majority of the solar greenhouses are located at Mediterranean region of Turkey. Antalya, Mersin, and Adana allocate 70% of total greenhouses in Turkey. These solar greenhouses are constructed with short-term policy purposes. In order to show the solar greenhouse transformation occurred especially between 1980 and 2020, a couple of satellite images we would like to show to dear participants. As you see at the left image illustrated in here, you can see that these farmland at Komuja at 1984 are open air farmlands. However, when we look at the same location at 2090, you see these white area, all these cultivable farmland transformed to the farming with solar greenhouses. similar with the case in Kumluca, the Kınık at Antalya, the Kazanlı and Anamur at Mersin represent the same characteristic, same massive solar greenhouse transformation, as you see. Majority of these greenhouses are constructed for short-term purposes. The farmers have a continuous capital shortage, low profits of the products of these greenhouses as another important factor to become capital shortage for farmers' point of view. Therefore, the solar greenhouse transformation occurs for short-term policies in general. However, their long-term cost performance and environmental impacts are not considered. So regarding the gap at literature and practice, investigation of long-term cost and benefit performance of existing solar greenhouse is aim of our research study. In order to achieve these purposes, this aim, construction and operation cost items are identified, maintenance periods are described, short maintenance periods of this construction and operation cost items are described, short-term and long-term performance of the greenhouse structures are unveiled, and environmental impact of these components are discussed. The 3-step is used for implementation of the research by random sampling method for greenhouse structure is found at Antalya. Regarding the implementation step of benefit cost analysis, benefit cost analysis study has conducted with these greenhouse structures, and the findings are compared and evaluated regarding the cost performance for short and long-term usage. In literature, for such research purposes, there are 2 methods can be used: life cycle cost analysis and benefit cost analysis. What are the difference between these 2 research methods? Is life cycle cost analysis is a subset of benefit cost analysis. In addition to the characteristic of life cycle cost analysis, benefit cost analysis also includes user benefits and externalities resulting from project. There are 6 implementation steps of benefit cost analysis. Collection of greenhouse structures, the first step. Determination of construction, service and maintenance life of building components. Determination of costs of these components. Calculation of life cycle cost of these components. Description of potential benefits and analysis of the results. Regarding these implementation steps, this study conducted with 4 greenhouse structure. The first greenhouse structure having 22.6 meter by 50 meter area. The cladding material is plastic sheet. It's a light structure. The construction cost items are illustrated at here. Regarding these construction cost items, the initial construction cost of greenhouse 1 is 42,370 Turkish lira. Regarding these construction cost items, maintenance requirements are described. Only plastic sheets and painting of steel components require maintenance. Regarding these maintenance requirements, 10-year, 30-year, and 50-year cost performance of these components are described. Regarding initial construction cost, the change ratio of the greenhouse 1 is approximately 59% for 10 years, approximately 200% for 30 years, and 354% for 50 years performance of greenhouse 1. As you see, is 3 times increasing the initial construction cost when we consider 50-year performance, while 2 times more at 30 years cost performance. Our second greenhouse, having 27 by 70 meter area. Again, the covering material is plastic sheet. Different than the greenhouse one, the steel components are painted with hot dip galvanizing. Hot dip galvanizing do not require short maintenance. When we consider 50-year performance, it's no need any maintenance, as you see. And different than greenhouse one, the plastic sheet maintenance requirement is low. It requires 6-year cycle for this greenhouse 2. Regarding these maintenance requirements, the cost performance are identified, and the change ratio of greenhouse 2 regarding the initial construction cost is 4.5 for 10 year, 18.3 for 30 year, and 36.6 for 50-year performance. So when we compare the first greenhouse, as you see, the change ratio is significantly low regarding the initial construction cost at the greenhouse 2. Different than greenhouse 1 and 2, the greenhouse 3 covering material is glazing. So no plastic plastic sheet is used for this greenhouse. The dimension of covered area is 11 by 70 meters. As we mentioned before, there is no plastic sheet is used. The glazing are used at this greenhouse. Regarding these construction items, the initial construction cost of the greenhouse 3 is 121,673 Turkish lira. The maintenance requirements are described for greenhouse 3. Only painting is required maintenance of steel components with 5-year cycle. So regarding the 5-year cycle of painting maintenance requirement, the cost performance for 10 years, 30 years, and 50 years performance is illustrated at here. The change ratio regarding the initial construction cost is 11.8% for 10 year, 59% for 30 year, and 106.3% for 50 years performance for the greenhouse 3. Similar with the greenhouse 3, the greenhouse 4 is also utilize the glazing for covering material. The dimension of area covered by greenhouse 4 is 17.2 meter by 22.5 meter. Again, similar with the greenhouse 3, on the maintenance requirement for greenhouse 4 is painting of steel components. So having the similar characteristic with greenhouse 3, greenhouse 4 also represent the same change ratio performance. At the last step of the research, all these greenhouse structures cost performance regarding the initial construction, 10 years operation, 30 years operation, and 50 years operation are collected and compared with each other. As we mentioned at greenhouse 1, when the maintenance requirement has increased, as you see in here, the change ratio regarding the initial construction cost has significantly high during the operation of the structure. When the maintenance requirements are decreased, maintenance requirements are eliminated, as you see at greenhouse 2, the change ratio of operation cost has decreased significantly. while the cost performance of greenhouse 3 and greenhouse 4 having similar characteristic, representing similar characteristic. And I would like to mention another important findings, that when we compare the greenhouse 1 and 2, which are covered with plastic sheet, as you see in here, when we compare the investment cost over investment cost per meter, as you see at 50-year performance, painting and sheet usage, plastic sheet usage, investment cost requirements has expanded its original investment cost, as you see in here. So for the conclusion, maintenance cost of plastic sheet covering and painting is high, as we mentioned at initial finding table. As you see in here, it is even overpassing the initial construction cost 2 times and 3 times and more. Low maintenance requirement decrease the operation cost, considering that farmers have capital shortage. We can easily state that the solar greenhouse transformation will be continue in the coming future also with short-term usage purposes. For the expansion of this research, environmental impact of plastic sheets can be further researched. That's all for our study. Thank you for participants to listen our study. These are our references, and thank you very much. Please share your questions with us. We will be appreciated to answer your questions.